So, good day, everyone. Before we start our discussion for today, I would like to welcome you all and share this quote that I learned from Brian Herbert. The capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, and the willingness to learn is a choice. So, for today, we are going to talk about the graphical presentations for presentation and analysis of business data. So today we are going to talk about the four basic graphs, which are the column graph, bar graph, line graph, and lastly is the pie chart. So now let us proceed to column graph. So what is column graph? Column graph consists of patterned rectangles displayed along a baseline called the x category or the horizontal axis. The rectangle's height represents the amount of data evaluated using the y category or the vertical axis. The left to right bias most people possess make columns graph more appropriate for time series data than bar graphs. And lastly, column graphs best show changes in data over short period of time, or rather short period and relationships between two or more data series. So here, using this data given, let us construct a column graph for company A versus company B and C's net income for the year 2011 to 2013. So when we put this into a graph, using the column graph, it will look like this. So here in the right graph, you can see the graph title, which is the net income per company, year 2011 to 2013. And these values, these are the y-axis values, and the net income is the y-axis title. So these are the years, the x-axis values, and the year label is the x-axis label. So here are the legends. As you can see, there are three colors. The blue represents company A, red represents company B, while C represents company C. Okay, so now let us proceed with next the bar graph. So what is a bar graph? The bar graph is a column graph in which the rectangles are arranged horizontally along the y-axis. The length of each rectangle represents its value, which is evaluated using the x-axis values. Bar graphs best show lead series and comparisons in competition with no natural order, such as time. So here, using this data, let us construct a bar graph for company B's sales and itemized expenses for year 2014. So when we put this into a bar graph, it will look like this. So here, the graph title is Company B's Sales and Expenses for the year 2014. The y-axis values are this one, sales, cost of sales, commission, salaries, or wages. And the y-axis title is the sales and expenses. Here, the 50,000 to 250,000 are the x-axis values, while the amount in peso is the x-axis title. So here you can only see one legend, which is the amount in peso. Determine the amount in sales, cost of sales, commissions, and salaries or wages. Next, let us proceed to our third graph, which is the line graph. So the line graph connects data points with lines. Different series are given other line markings or different tick marks. It best shows the comparison of long series and is best used to communicate a data trend. So here, using this data, let us construct a line graph for company C's sales and net income for year 2011 to 2015. So when we put this in the graph, it will look like this. The right figure, which is here the company sees sales versus net income year 2011 to 2015. That is the graph title. And here is the y-axis values. And the y-axis title is the amount in pesos. And the x-axis title is the year. And 2011 to the year 2015 are the x-axis values. So here in the legend, you can see two different colors. The blue one, the blue line represents the sales, while the red line represents the net income. Okay, and let us proceed to our last graph, which is the pie chart. The pie chart is a circle with radii connecting the center to the edge of the circle. The area between two radii is called a slice. The proportions of data values in the pie chart to the whole are reflected in the areas of the slice. Okay, so here is the data. Using this data, let us construct a pie chart for the breakdown of company E's expenses for the year 2014. So when we put this into a chart, using the pie chart, it will look like this. Okay, so the company expenses year 2014 is the graph title. So there are different kinds of data labels. There are percentages, and there are the amounts or the actual amount. So here in the legend, you can also see three different colors. One color represents each slice. So for the blue one, it represents the cost of sales. The red one represents the commissions. And the green one represents the salaries and wages. If you're wondering why is there no sales, because we're only getting the amount for the expenses. So sales is not under expenses. That's why it's not included in the pie chart. Okay. So that would be all, everyone. I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions, you can send me an email at ksvcahigas@mymail.co.edu.ph. Thank you, everyone, and have a nice day.